Hello, y'all, and welcome to another collective reading. We see this little red vibe we got going on, this little red moment. Um, so, welcome back. We're doing another collective reading. You know, I like to hop right into it. We do have a full moon in Capricorn coming up this Thursday on the 10th. So, we'll probably pick up on some of those energies during today's collective reading. But yeah, drop an emoji with how you're feeling down in the comment section. I'm sorry. You see, I'm tired, girl. But again, sometimes Cancer season can be like that. But hello, ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. You know that it is my intention to align us all with healing, joy, and the most authentic versions of ourselves. So I pray that you bless our minds, bodies, and spirits, and that you protect them, and that you bless us with the gifts of wisdom and discernment so that we are able to take divine action that is in alignment with our highest and greatest good. Ashe. As I finish shuffling, please be sure to set your own intentions about what it is you need insight or clarity on. Any other messages you would like the divine, to answer. Get your drink, find yourself in a nice relaxed position, get you some snacks, get cozy. Or if if y'all are anything like me, sometimes I listen to these, while I'm washing dishes or, while I'm going through my morning emails, or you fill it in. Come on, hermit crab. Okay, I'm sorry, Joe Kennedy's dropping emojis. But anyway, just make sure you're able to receive the messages from the Most High, and that you've created the energetic space to receive the clarity that you're looking for. Whew. I think it might be time for a spiritual bath. It's been a little minute. Because whenever I'm doing tarot cards, or at least I'm pulling cards and I'm shuffling, and I get to yawning and all that other stuff, I'd be like, girl, it kind of signifies that I need to take a spiritual bath. So I'll probably end up taking one this Sunday. I think that'll be good. It'll be before the Cowboy Carter concert. Is anybody else going to see Cowboy Carter? Yeah. But all right, that's enough of rambling. Hello, ancestors, spirit guides, and angels in the Most High. Please let me know what information or insights that you have for the collective. If there's anything you would like us to know or be aware of, and I'm here to deliver it. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Ooh, excuse me. General reading. It's funny that Joy Kennedy said the Hermit. The Hermit card is the second card that popped out. This is interesting. This is very interesting. So I'm getting that, I kind of feel like a number of us were feeling disappointed. Hey, Lizaya, how you doing, beautiful? I'm feeling that a number of us were feeling disappointed about any number of things. We can really be disappointed about any and everything. Thank you, boo. She don't play. All right, we got the Chariot card and the Hermit card. And again, we do have there's tons of planets entering their retrograde cycles. We have the Chariot card followed by the Hermit card. And this just feels like on our path, this may be time that we need to isolate. This may be a time or a moment where we just need to tune into ourselves and trust our inner intuition. Because this Three of Swords is saying that there's been some type of disappointment. There's been some type of hurt. There's some type of lesson that the Most High is trying to get us to learn. But this disappointment feels kind of heavy. It don't feel super heavy, but it's it can feel like a blockage or a barrier, or just this slog, just this energy that it's really hard to get through and move through, right? After that, we have the Strength card and the Judgment card in reverse. Again, and it's kind of like some of us, we just want to have the strength to like move through it or to get over it or just to get over the hill and get to the other side, right? Judgment card we have in reverse. Kind of what I'm picking up on is like, again, and my energy kind of feels drawn back to this Hermit card where we have to go back to that. We have to go back to this moment of being alone. We have to go back to this solace. We have to go back to, really evaluating what's true for you and then tapping into your own inner judgment. Sometimes like Cancerian energy, because they have these huge crashes and waves of emotion, right? That feel kind of like they're loud or they come out of nowhere. They kind of take these emotional waves or these emotional crashes, these emotional highs and lows for granted, right? Where they feel just intuitive, but all of them, they delivered like a little piece of wisdom, a little piece of like intuition, right? And sometimes Cancerian energy has a hard time trusting itself. But I'm getting in this moment that we just have to trust ourselves, right? We just have to trust ourselves. I'm not sure what's going on. Let me get some additional cards. What is it that we need to trust ourselves with? Okay, so this may not resonate for everybody, but what I'm definitely getting with this Page of Cups followed by the Six of Cups is that some of us, we might have like issues from our childhood resurfacing or coming back up, or some childhood wounds maybe coming back up. For some of us, this could be like our connection or our relationship with our parents, perhaps even specifically the father with the Emperor card we have coming out. And it kind of feels like we have a blockage around that, right? Or maybe not even a blockage, but just kind of like a place where we need to sit and feel and evaluate, right? The last card that we got here is the Hermit card at the bottom of the deck. Not the Hermit, the Hangman. The Hangman is not my favorite card. I think we all know this, right? But this card talks about needing to surrender. And in one ways, it's like needing to surrender expectations. It's needing to surrender an action plan. It's not feeling like we have to muscle our way through things. But in other ways, it's just acceptance. Like, this is what it's going to be. This is what I've been given. And this is what I have to work with, right? And not necessarily trying to change or break or mold or manifest, but really saying, you know what? I've done as much as I could. I have different hopes and aspirations and expectations for this certain area in my life, but nothing's changing, right? And it kind of feels like once we're able to integrate that knowingness, to integrate that feeling, and to know this is what it is, that acceptance actually creates a pathway for us to experience something else with this Fool card, right? This creates a pathway for us to live a different reality where it's not like, it's so funny because it's like this TikTok I saw weeks ago is coming up, right? It was a popular like celebrity therapist, and B. Simone, right? And she was talking about B. Simone's like relationship with her mother. And I'm paraphrasing, but they keep showing me this clip, right? So I'm going to say as much as I can. And I'm having like a hard time swallowing. I'm not sure if anybody feels like they're choking or suffocating or anything like that, but it could definitely be finances. But anyway, she was talking about how some of us that don't have the relationship that we want with our parents, they're tickling my nose now, that like some of us that don't have the relationship that we want with our parents, you know what I mean? We compare them to the relationship that other people have with their parents, or we compare them to the parents that we see on the Disney Channel or on Nickelodeon, or on ABC, right? Where we compare our parents to the parents that we see in television and in the media that seem healthy, that seem organized, that seem like they care and love their children unconditionally. and in many ways seem flawless, right? And kind of what happens is that we do this comparison where like, my parents don't look like that. You know, my parents never treated me that way, right? And they should. And we're constantly waiting and expecting them to treat us like that, right? But the therapist got to the point that like, we're kind of like consistently disappointing ourselves. And it's not to say that we don't deserve that love and affection. You know what I mean? It's not to say that we don't deserve that type of treatment from our parents. It's to say that our parents don't have that to give, right? And when we accept what our parents give us, we can then work with that and then move accordingly. But when we're constantly waiting for them to give us filet mignon and they're always giving us McDonald's, we're always going to be disappointed, right? Okay, I think I'm in the boat too, girl. I always used to be jealous of those kids. Right? Hey, Ari, welcome in, my love. Right? And so she said, you're always going to be disappointed. But when you accept who your parents are as people, and this is part of adulthood, right? I know some of y'all are young. Some of y'all still live with y'all parents. So, you know, I take this with a grain of salt. But she says, as we grow older, we have to accept that like our parents are people. They're flawed people. They're not perfect parents. You know, none of us, it's rare that many of us ever have perfect parents. And once we grow up and we're able to reparent ourselves, or we step into, you know, or we step into adulthood, we can then say, you know what? My parents may not have given me the relationship that I wanted, but they are giving me something. Whatever it is that they're giving me with, that's what I have to work with. Not this expectation that I have or that I'm projecting onto them, or this expectation that they've clearly demonstrated that they cannot meet. Yeah. Take that with a grain of salt. If it don't apply, let it fly. You know, this is a general reading for a specific audience, right? So you do have to apply your own information. Right. A fun ghetto mama. And pick me with religious trauma is too much. It's too much. Let me get us some... Let me get us an action plan. Anything else? The divine is actually saying it's not time. It's not yet time for an action plan, but they do have additional messages. What else is it that the divine would like us to know? Temperance card in reverse. Four of Cups in reverse. So I'm hearing, again, take this with a grain of salt. I need to just stop saying that, and I'm going to trust that y'all going to take it with a grain of salt. But I'm hearing, but some of us, like some of those like feelings of disappointment, we actually got to share those feelings. Right? And some of us, we live in this state of like disappointment, but we never tell our parents. Or we never tell the other party. Again, this doesn't necessarily have to be your parents. This could be like a relationship where your partner is older, with a teacher or a mentor, or some type of relationship where the person is older than you. And they may be able to reflect, you know, an aspect of your relationship with your parents, right? But again, I just heard that like you need to share your thoughts and your feelings and your disappointments with these people. But what I'm looking at with this Four of Cups and this Temperance card in reverse is that some of us, like, we don't want to be sad. We don't want to be disappointed. We don't want to fall into the despair of what these certain things in our lives are causing us, what these disappointments feel like, right? Some of us, there's a habitual effort to be like, to engage with toxic positivity. This Page of Wands in reverse, it kind of feels like kind of being like flippant. I was like, oh, they didn't hurt my feelings anyway, or it's not that big of a deal. It's whatever. Fuck them. I'm gonna go do, excuse my French, I'm gonna go find something else to do. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you try to like wave it off and go on about your day and it's fine and it's whatever. And it's like, you try to shake it off, right? But this Three of Wands in reverse, it feels like it's short-sighted. Like it feels like we need that disappointment. We need to feel and integrate that disappointment, right? So that we're able to create a clearer vision about the future that we're moving into. Right? Hey, Donna. Thanks for saying hi, boo. Y'all say happy belated birthday to Donna. Her birthday was last Friday. Um, but yeah, anything else about that? Is this making sense? Yeah. Okay, because like once we're able to like, again, because it's like, I'm not seeing any swords. I'm not seeing any swords at all. So like when I say like integrate those feelings or the lesson of it, it doesn't feel like cognizant or like clear. It doesn't feel clerical, which I think is the best way to feel it. It's like, I'm going to go journal, and now that I've journaled and gotten all my feelings down onto the page, I'll be completely able to integrate them into my future. No, that's not how it works. Right? It's like, I need to go take a week and a half to be depressed and sad and feel my feelings and to mope around about it and cry and then go party and dance and then go complain about it with some friends and then cry again and then like go eat junk food for 2 days and then cry once more. And through that process, we actually release those feelings, and through actually release those feelings, our spirit, our energetic body is changed and it's transformed, right? There's emotional labor attached to this disappointment. There's emotional labor attached to this process, right? And we need to work with that emotional labor, you know what I mean, in groups and communities with our friends or just with the emotions in alone, right? Three of Pentacles. There's something about working with it just for the sense of feeling it, just for the sense of like, I got to go through this, right? Because they're kind of pointing me towards so many times when we have some of these feelings, we want to get to the solution or we want to get to the other side of it, right? We want to learn the lesson, right? But just kind of the impulse I'm getting from the divine is work with it and be okay with working with it for some time, for some weeks. Right? Again, that's that hangman. Hangman, like you kind of don't, I wish I could pull the card back up, but it's like this mermaid caught in a net. It's caught in a net. You know what I mean? And you don't break out of that net easily. Okay, what's the action plan? Now we're ready for action plan. Action plan, please and thank you. Yay! Hey. Wheel of Fortune, King of Cups upright, Knight of Cups in reverse. But this Knight of Cups feels upright. Nine of Cups, Page of Swords. It like this all feels like more feeling, less thinking. She accepted that she finna be calamari is crazy. Where was she? She would clearly be a Chilean sea bass. Anyway, also thank you to Donna. Oh, I think Donna got me this. Donna, did you get me this deck? The Mermaid Tarot. Donna done got me a number of decks. Did you get me this one? Because I know you got me this one. I'm sorry, y'all. I know you got me this one. I'm pretty sure you got me this Wizard's Tarot. And I love this one, but I also think that you got this one. I love tarot so much. I'm sorry. Let me get back to the reading. Y'all know I be drifting. Thank you. Shout out to Donna. But yeah, Wheel of Fortune, King of Cups upright, Knight of Cups upright, Nine of Cups, Page of Swords. It kind of seems like that the Most High wants us to be satisfied with all of our feelings and feeling all of our feelings. And like, ooh, there's this really beautiful like energy coming through where it's just not feeling our feelings, it's feeling the nuances and the stages of our feelings. This is a new concept for me. Right? When we're able to decipher the onset of the feeling, you know, where we're able to tap into the evolving waves and flows, where we feel really confident about it, then we don't feel confident, then we feel sad, and then we gain the strength back, and then we falter, and then we have to give ourselves encouragement, and then we have to tap into our communities. Right, this Nine of Cups. The beautiful thing about the Nine of Cups that many times this points to like emotional fulfillment and complete emotional satisfaction, where there's this sense of like, I've made it, I've done it, girl, like this is almost it all. You know, I've done my work. I paid my bills are paid. But the beautiful thing about the cups is that there's a journey. There's a journey that we have to go through, you know, the partnerships and the relationships and the 2 and 3 of cups. And then we have to go through the boredom and the dissatisfaction of the 4 of cups, and the despair and the grief of the 5 of cups, and then the remembering it all in the 6 of cups, and then the exploring what else do I want in the 7 of the cups, and moving on from the things that no longer service us to get to the 9 of cups. It's a journey, and it feels like we have to experience. It may be 1 or just 2 emotions, but there's multiple pieces to it. It's like an onion. There's layers to it, right? And as we unravel these like layers, we do get a mental understanding, and the mental understanding isn't the biggest part, but the mental understanding is boosted by the emotional understanding, not the other way around. The mental understanding does not grant us access to release our emotions, but it is our emotional realities that give us, you know, the understanding and the soul level knowingness to release the thoughts and feelings. Is this making sense? After this, we have the 3 of Cups, the 4 of Swords, and the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. But this is just pointing to all the same things, if I'm being honest, that sometimes we do need to do this in community with other people. But it's really about like not feeling bogged down by the idea, and actually in some ways like releasing that we don't have to know, that we don't have to understand, that we don't need to be able to categorize it and put it in a perfect, neat and tidy box in order for it to be valid. Yeah. And that sometimes we only get to understand and process our emotions and our feelings and our experiences in retrospect. Yeah. You'll be first, but I'm still doing the collective reading. Apple Pay works. Yes, my loves. Hey, boo, how you doing? Should I call you Adore? Or should I be calling you Elijah? Like, do you have, what's your internet alias? Y'all go follow Adore Lotus, my new good Judy. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry to put your government out there. Let me get us some oracle cards and let's conclude tonight's collective reading. But again, if you want more information about which of these messages specifically apply to you, feel free to, like, you know, tap the link in the description bar and you can definitely find me for a private reading. This one came over. Tanit, pleasure. Tanit, pleasure. Thank you, Donna. What you got to do to get a card pull? I could do you a card pull for free. Once this collective reading is done, I got a reading for, what's their name? For Lizea and then for Donna. But I'll typically do like a card pull like in between readings. So I can do a quick card pull for you after. Lizea's reading. Arnica, teacher. Arnica, mugwort, psychic healing. I'm going to show you these two cards. So if they resonate, you know, in any way, garner what you can from them. Mask. I'm not going to read them, but with this one, I feel like sometimes we put a mask on. Again, they were talking about that flippant, oh, I'm fine, everything's good, I'm just going to brush it off. Where no, girl, you're really upset. And it's okay to be upset. Be upset. If you're upset, be upset. If you want to mope and boo-hoo about it a little bit, you ain't got to be the baddest. You ain't got to be the baddest bitch. And then after that, Beyonce, we have mugwort, psychic healing, which is a lovely, lovely herb. I see on this card it's connected to the moon and Neptune. Okay. Okay. Oh, why don't you love me? Well, she got a couple of songs like that. Oh, why? Oh, why? Arnica, upright. Loyalty, commitment, perseverance, teacher, stability, companionship, community, and the unique path. Reversed, individualist, finding your own way, lone wolf, overly independent, avoiding confrontation, and the astrological rule is Saturn. And where's the guidance for this one? The guidance. Arnica has long been associated with wolf medicine, symbolizing loyalty, leadership, community, intuition, and instinctual intelligence. Wolf, like Arnica, teaches us how to become resilient teachers so that we experience greater knowing and help others as they seek their own path. When Arnica grows in the wild, it is found in unique and mystical patches, showing us its unique form of manifestation and growth. Like wolf, it does not follow established pathways. It follows its own pathway, off the beaten path, defying patterns of habit. Draw upon the power of your tribe to discover the power of co-creative support. Holding your unique power within a community further empowers your vision and your capacity. Like a wolf, be fiercely loyal to your tribe, while also upholding your unique talent. Yes? And then Tanit, pleasure. Yes, it is a birth control herb, Margot. Y'all better listen to Margot. She know her herbology. It's kind of like an old midwife's herb, or so I've heard. Like, it can heighten your like psychic abilities, but I also have known for like, you know, to be careful with how much you drink it. Tanit, the temple of conquerors, and the element is air. Tanit was the goddess of the stars in ancient Carthage. Today, all the way over in Ibiza, they still have pleasure-filled, full moon, midnight table dancing parties in her name. Okay. Tanit's guidance. You are thirsty for more pleasure. You can't thrive when you feel dry. You are made of laughter and stardust, not sawdust. Pleasure is your birthright, a gift from the universe. The embodiment. How much juicy pleasure can you stand? Turn up the pleasure principle. You secretly feel that you don't deserve it, but pleasure is a healing and manifesting force. Laughing, loving, and orgasmic joy is holy. Hold your hands above your reproductive area and say out loud, I deserve pleasure. And then the goddess declaration, it feels good to feel good. Yes, my loves? Okay. That concludes tonight's collective reading. Again, if you want more insights, you can always find me at, I think it's stan.store/Mo online. The link will be in the description bar or on my profile. But again, thank y'all for hanging out with me. Please thank your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels for allowing me to deliver these messages to you. And until next time, this is XO Mo. All right, y'all. I holla. Bye-bye.